Good evening and welcome to everybody joining us tonight on the YouTubers. I'd like to welcome those of you joining us after the podcast who are still in our voice chat. What's up, Bubba Joe? Steven Taryn, Anubis is hanging out. Griffin from KFC is with us. He's going to do some learning tonight. We're going to do some crewing. We're going to blow their minds. Let's see who's hanging out with us over in the YouTube. Hey, what's up? Rev Deuce is hanging out. Stony Dude. Romulo. David Williams. Rev Deuce. Dinar. What's up, buddy? Welcome. Andreas is here with us. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Phil? European 146 is hanging out with us on the YouTube. Yo, Bronco. Hey, Paulo. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Tonight, a town hall with Server 15 and specifically KFC. I'm wearing their tag, and I am indeed finger licking good. Hey, what's up, Robert? Drew, Daniel, Lewis, welcome. Scaly back from the Outback. Killer Borg in our Discord chat. What's up? Alan, thank you for joining us. Captain Mark is here. Welcome. Yeah. What's up? Welcome in, and thank you so very, very much for joining us. My name is UltimatDJz. I'm your friendly neighborhood cat person. Meow. Welcome in. Good evening. And I would like to say adieu and good evening, good morning. There were some people on the European servers, and obviously it's very early morning there, like 4:30 in the morning over in CET time. Good evening and welcome. Thank you guys so very, very much for being here. Let me get everything situated here. What's up? Uriah, Drew, Quack Fu, and Paul joining us in the YouTube chat. Hey, what's up? Oh, hi. Oh, hi there. Oh, I get it. Oh, hi there. I like it very much. Love that soothing radio voice. Thank you very much. Tommy, Felix, thank you. Appreciate it. And good evening to you. 3:30 in the morning in UK. And I would like to just say good evening and welcome. I would like to welcome to the stage my special guest for the evening. His name is Griffin. He is the guy that recruited me to this to the wearing the tag of finger licking good. Good evening to you, Griffin. Welcome to Talking Trek on the YouTube. How are you this evening, sir?
We're doing pretty good this evening, and actually my first time ever to be in here too.
Well, welcome. Yeah, you joined the Discord server for the first time tonight, and really this kind of kicked up because a couple of days ago I put in our Galaxy chat, hey, listen, between the arcs, we're going to visit a non-top 10 team. We're going to visit a non-top 10 team, and we're going to run some Armadas. We're going to do some teaching. We're going to do some crewing, and we're going to learn some stuff, all right? And he responded in private message, and he said, hey, I would love to. Can you join us? And I said, sure, absolutely we would. So I start doing a little bit of digging on you guys, Griffin. I start doing a little bit of digging, and I come over here to the Alliance leaderboard. And I look through, and I'm looking to make sure you're not in the top 10, and we're good there. So that means I can come over and visit. But then I come down, and I see KFC right here. KFC at level rank 28, all right? Now, one of the first things that we had talked about, and one of the things that I was concerned about when I came over was activity. We wanted to talk, Griffin, about making sure that we could get players involved. And I kind of had to wonder, at rank 28 on server 15, what kind of activity that we actually had. That's one thing that we're going to talk about here a little bit tonight, because that's one thing that is going to make a huge difference a huge difference when you're talking about running armadas, when you're talking about doing things as a team, when you are a lower powered alliance, when you have fewer actives, it does make this stuff difficult. Crewing is different. What you show up with and the types of ships that you show up with and the targets that you can hit, they all have to be kind of modified. This was a really cool experience for me, Griffin. And do you want me to call you Griffin or do you want me to call you Dapper? He goes by Dapper in game. Tell me a little bit about that. Dapper and Griffin. So which one is like, yeah, here you are. Dapper 59 is in the game. And most of the time, most people have game names somewhat similar to the Discord. Tell me about these two names as we're getting to know KFC.
Yeah, a while back, I started playing a game online, a golf game. And the golf game assigned to me a name of Dapper Griffin.
There you
some
go.
numbers.
So you just hang on. You just hung on to it.
I hung on to it. I started out, actually, when I started playing this game, what was it? It came out, 2018?
Is that right?
Something.
Yeah, I guess so. November 18. Yep, that sounds about right.
And I started playing about December of 18. And I used the whole Dapper Griffin.
There you go.
I joined up with Athena, and they got too much, so I just dropped the Dapper and went with Griffin. And the 76 is the year I graduated from high school.
There you go. All right. So you see, we're getting to know finger licking good. Now, I have to say, some people have been concerned for my safety, Griffin. Some people have been concerned because I'm a cat person. Okay, like I'm a cat. And we come into an alliance that is KFC, finger licking good, and I have to ask because of course I'm wearing the tag. We're gonna do some armadas and stuff tonight, but you guys are trying to kind of avoid it, right? Like your tag is KFC, but it stands for Kill, Fight, Conquer. Why don't you just own it? Why don't you just be like, yeah, we're all about the chicken over here? Like what is
Well, we do have a couple that kind of do some, but you saw most of them. Their main interest is just going out, having a good time, talking what little bit they do talk chat wise on here, and enjoying themselves. But just mining and playing the games and doing missions and what you came over there for, doing armadas.
Yeah, so now when
I don't
go ahead.
Some things I don't understand, where they come up with 600,000 power ship and they want to knock out a 16 million armada.
Well, there's certain...
we don't have that type of firepower.
There are scenarios in which things are more possible than things may first appear, and we'll talk about that. Like there was a lot of curiosity when we were running some of the targets that we've been running over the last 36 hours, Griffin, that players were like, oh, this is out of my range, and I'm like, no, listen, please, come on, like everybody, let's go. Because I'm not going to choose a target, with the exception of the one or two where we were trying to experiment. What is our limit? And that's something that can be figured out relatively early. What we have done is we've spent a little bit of time going through and checking, what players we had available, what players' ships were, and some of the crews, and I'll tell you, it's been eye-opening for me, as it's going to be for players like Bubba Joe and Big Country and Gregor and maybe even Stevens Aaron. It's eye-opening when you come to an alliance where the environment is different. The environment here at KFC is different. You say, for example, that we just kind of enjoy the game. We do some mining, we do the missions, we do some of the events and so forth. You guys are kind of your kind of main point is to kind of keep your head stuck down and just kind of go through the game and have a good time. And war is not something that you guys do. And
no.
And even I've noticed, maybe for lack of priority on even some alliance ranking style events. Like, for example, we had the Stella skin event this week. I don't think I saw any of your guys really actively competing for that. Can you tell me a little bit about like the normal everyday routine for KFC? Like, do you guys have nice full alliance chats? what do we see on a daily basis from KFC?
Generally, no, we do not have a lot of alliance chats on there. Sometimes we will get in there and I don't know. It's just you're kind of doing your own thing, and sometimes somebody may ask for help, and we'll come running, and we can't. Well, some of us will anyway, and do what we can to help them out. We went for and it's still much there. Some of our guys unshielded, bases get hit, and we've had players actually sit there and watch it happen and not do anything to try to help them.
So let me ask you then. So we came over today, or yesterday, we came over talking Trek. Snake Eyes and myself both joined up, and we were running some Armadas and doing a little bit of teaching, doing some crewing and things like that. Let me ask you, like, what is, and I am kind of asking you on the spot because we're live on the YouTube here. What's the goal or what's the objective of KFC when it comes to the overall game, or even having like me and Snake Eyes here? What was it that you guys wanted to accomplish with us being here? Because we've seen some players. We've seen a lot of players come out and do the Armadas, which has been good. We've seen some players in your Discord that's been talking and trying to learn and talking about crews. But one thing that I observed is that this alliance does have a much more relaxed feeling about it. Like there's not a whole lot of priority on being super competitive and not it doesn't seem like a whole lot of plugging in, like, as far as like with the community and things like that. Like you joined our Discord server for the first time tonight, and welcome. Is there, and this is different for me. This is different for me because, I've always been, a little bit more competitive and looking, for that edge. Your alliance plays a little bit more laissez-faire, right? You guys play a little bit more relaxed, right. and is strategy important to you guys, like learning how to be more effective at certain things, or what was the goal that you had in asking for the Armada tour stop?
Primarily for me, for the Armada tour stop is I wanted to learn more about crew making up and all that, and you helped out tremendously with that.
Oh, thanks.
That worked out great. Now, that's another point I'll get to in a minute, but and try to get these other guys that are doing all these Armadas and they're showing up, and well, I mean, I wish I could remember the crews I've seen a couple of them show up with.
Well, we have seen it. We've seen a couple of them that are a little head scratcher.
Yeah.
I've probably still got some battle logs. Let's take a look at one of the things that he's talking about, and we'll start off from here, because what we're doing tonight is we're definitely wanting to discuss crewing. We're wanting to discuss Armadas and what it is that you can bite off. What can you chew? And you know what? Doesn't look like I have the ones from yesterday. The ones from yesterday before we started. Because see, you guys have adapted. You guys are using different crews. And Griffin, we found ourselves being a lot more effective. Like for example, we had. Yeah. A Pike Moreau Talon that showed up yesterday, and that was what they intended to run. We had a 7 of 10. We had a full board crew with 7 of 10 as captain that showed up, and that was intended. And so we had to look at some things, and I think even in your case, if I'm not mistaken, I can't find the battle logs. In your case, even you found yourself with a decently developed, I think it was you, right? That you have the 5 of 10 and the 6 of 10. And so we were learning.
Yeah, I do now, yes.
Yeah, so we were talking about that and how those can be adapted. So let's run one. I don't know if you're in game right now, Griffin.
Matter of fact, I am.
All right, fantastic. I threw some coordinates in our Alliance chat. It looks like Carbone is there. He says he's going to die. Oh, does he have – you know what? I need to bring up I don't think he's in voice. I'll bring up a chaser killer because we are in Romulan space. So let's go ahead and get the timer started here. We are in Romulan space, and we're going to begin with this level 35 rare. Okay, we're going to start with the level 35 rare. And now I know this is one thing that some people are going to say when we're looking at, for example, some of the chat, and people are going to say, well, listen, if you're bringing lower powered ships, because Griffin, you're going to come in a Sally. Your Sally is 1.4 million power. If I'm not mistaken, you are tier 8. So we had another player, probably one of your more powerful players, Thrawn, who has a tier 9 Sally. That's what he's flying. And Carbone is going to come up here. And if I'm not mistaken, he's also got a Sally, but he is in his Sally, I think, is like, what, 600? No, he flies, is it the Mayflower? I think that he's still using. No, he's got a Sally.
I think he's got one, but I think that his Mayflower has more power than his Sally does.
Well, and see, we've had that conversation. We tried to have that conversation yesterday. He feels like his Mayflower has more power. It probably actually doesn't. I mean, at least power-wise, it may have more, but that Sally is still going to be more effective. It's going to have more firepower. It's going to have more DPR. And so I've tried to kind of send that message, even if I think he told us that his Mayflower – his Mayflower was what, like tier 5 or tier 6, and his Sally was maybe tier 4, and so he wanted to fly with the Mayflower. I've been trying to get him to use that Sally. It's going to do better just because of the big gun and because of the DPR and the statistics and just the fact that it is a class above. It is a stronger ship. That being said, I am flying a significantly higher powered ship. Now, there's a reason for this, and for those of you who are in alliances with smaller level players that might have 1 or 2 or 3 larger players that like to run things for you, I have always said this on every single tour stop that I've ever gone into. You can maximize your loot by making sure that everybody dies. Right? Making sure that everybody but one, rather. So, for example, we had a player the other day says, well, listen, I don't want to come. I'm just going to die. It doesn't matter. If you die, you get paid. Right? If you die, you get paid. So, when we look at these armadas, and we started with this 35 yesterday, you guys kind of freaked out on me. Oh, my goodness gracious, it's way too big. We don't want to go there. And not only that, DJ, but some other players are going to say, well, that's not really fair. DJ, you're going to take up all the loot. You got a more powerful ship. Your ship is 4 times more powerful. And that may be true. I may take more loot off of this armada than Griffin is going to. But mathematically, folks, these were not designed by accident. All right? The various levels and the various stages of armadas are designed with this mechanic in mind. It's just like looking at the Stella armadas. Bubba, I know, I think Gregor's gone and a Big Country stepped out. But Bubba, we've done this math on our show before. We've looked at, is it more profitable to solo, like let's look at exchange for a second. Is it more profitable to solo a 31 or do a team 37? What is it?
Oh, wow. It's been a long time since I did those levels of artists. TJ, I don't remember the answer.
Well, let's look
but
at...
I think that doing a team... But I think teaming up and doing a higher level armada, you're going to get a better reward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And really, truthfully, when we go back to the earliest mechanic, when we look at these original armadas, these were the first armadas introduced into the game. The math was the same. You can do a smaller. I can take my Sally out, all right? I can match the power of these younger players, and we can go look at a 31 rare or maybe a 33 rare. We could do that. However, and we did, right, Griffin? We actually tried it out yesterday.
Yep, we did.
And we said, hey, listen, I want to do an actual comparison. I want you guys to tell me from your battle logs, your loot. If I use a larger ship and we hit a larger target, do you get more loot or less loot than you would if we have dumbed ourselves down a little bit? And it actually was significant, wasn't it, Griffin? It was almost triple as compared to a 31. All right, with me using an equal power ship, it was almost triple. So that's why we're hitting up. Okay, and yes, obviously the power is going to slide my direction. However, what we are going to do here is actually get everybody paid. All right, and I have always argued, and folks, when you are doing armadas with your team, I see this all the time in exchange space, especially when a team of 6 Stellas go from Armada to Armada to Armada to Armada, do 15 Armadas in a row, and then warp home to unload their cargo. There's something wrong with that picture. Bubba Joe, let me ask you, when you are running your Stellamadas, and of course you're a significantly higher level player, so it's maybe possible that you don't even die on these things, but does it make sense to you from a loot payout perspective that you should do easier ones if you can do more? Or should we step up, take that big loot, and risk the fiery death?
So I think you step up. I think you risk the fiery death. We got when we were first, I'm quite a bit further ahead than a lot of the people in my alliance in terms of my ops level, but we were always inching towards being able to do the 40 epics, right? And the 40 rare, which actually is pretty hard.
It is.
And so, it's ironically almost harder than the epic. And so what you want to do is you get your alliance up to that point, and then, hey, maybe your crew that shows up the next time brought a slightly damaged Stella and you don't beat it, but the number of times that you do beat it, you get a ton more reward and for, very little risk. And then you try and manage that. Maybe you get your 3 or 4 biggest Stellas, and then you can bring along an extra one that can just kind of reap the rewards that's maybe not quite as strong and can get those bigger payouts.
That is one of the beautiful things about Armadas. The reason, one of the subtle beauties of Armadas is that it is truly a team sport. One of the biggest reasons that I love the Stella event is that it is a team sport. It's a leaderboard that is a team sport. And when you run these Armadas, different people have different roles. And this is one thing that I've tried to impress upon KFC, is that it's okay for somebody to feel like they can't bring anything. We had a player the other night, Griffin, and said, wow, you guys are punching way above my pay grade. Like, I can't do that. That's too powerful for me. And my words were, hey, show up. Show up. Anyway, you're going to die. Yes, you're going to die, but you're going to get paid, right? And that's what it's all about. If you've got a player that can shoulder that burden for you guys, then it's okay. You get paid. And it doesn't matter if you die in an Armada. If your Armada is successful, you get paid. So that is why you should always kind of punch up. And as Dekix points out in our YouTube chat, and this is kind of something that I've mirrored in our conversations, Griffin, is that directives are finite. So you want to try to find a way to maximize your payout per directive. Now, I'm not saying do a bunch of math and divide it out by 100 or 200 for a rare or 500 for an epic. I don't want to do that, okay? What I do want to do is that I want to get as much loot as possible for that Armada run, which is why we've been punching up, why we went from doing the 31s to doing the 35s. Even when we had a few extra players on today, Griffin, we knocked out a 38 rare. Now, Griffin, let me ask you, as an alliance before 24 hours ago, have you guys even ever attempted a 38 rare?
Oh, no, never. No.
Why? Why had you not tried?
Well, you know what you're talking about. At least one person survive and everybody get payout, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we tried as our alliance to do a 38, no one would survive.
You say that.
Even if we had, yeah.
You say that, and that may be true. You guys are running predominantly Saladins, and that's probably true, okay? But the fact that you have never tried, the fact that you've never thought about giving it a go, and yes, I agree 1,000%, and I can already feel this coming in the YouTube chat. People are going to say, well, now listen, rare directives are hard to come by. And I bet they are, Griffin, right? I would imagine within your alliance, and you told me you're a true free-to-play. Good. I think I lost YouTube for a second. Okay, and we're back. I lost YouTube for a second. Sorry about that. So we got a couple of players coming along. and that's good. And honestly, if we can get, I would love to get a handful of players because I want to prove a theory. I want to, and as a matter of fact, I think, oh, there you are. Somebody else had said that they were going to have a hostile tail. It was Carbone, I think. There's Biscuit. I don't see any tails yet, but I think Carbone said he was going to have one. So I'll try to see if I can find that. There's a tail right there. I wonder who he's going for. Not one of ours, it doesn't look like. So there's a lot of activity in this system because of Faction Hunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of activity.
I installed that earlier. So.
Yeah. Got a lot of activity in this system because of Faction Hunt. But here's one thing, too. And I don't know, do we have Snake Eyes? Because Snake Eyes joined us, but I know I believe he is actually at work. Let me check and see if we've got
somebody
from DJ. One thing that I've noticed with like Stella Armadas, with like the 37 rares, it's almost impossible for the low levels in my alliance to get together to defeat one. But
37 is pretty tough.
People of the whales. Well, yeah, but there's multiple whales that are in my alliance that I can just say, hey, can I use you? And all I need is one of the mid 40s in my alliance to anchor the Armada.
Sure.
And then I can call in and have anyone join in. And
sure.
It's pretty well guaranteed it's going to win.
I agree with you.
If you in an alliance know, like, okay, these three people can carry a 35 rare or a 37 rare, and you guys organize around that, anyone can join in. Don't make it, those three are going to advance the fastest. Yeah.
I don't disagree, Anubis, but there are teams like Griffins, okay? There are teams like Griffins that don't have that power player, and this is what I want to show if I can very quickly, okay? 68 players on the roster, but let's sort by power, okay? We've got myself and Snake Eyes that have joined up temporarily to do some work. And
y'all can stay if you want to.
maybe we'll hang out for a minute, okay? Right below that, go ahead.
And I'm not going against you on that, but it's just like, that's like the top three players could pretty well like carry a 35 or a 33, and then that it's just like, okay, hey, let's organize based on them, so you guys don't try to fight the ones where it's like, oh yeah, we know we can defeat a 31. But I know if I have these two people in my Armada,
all night. So we were successful. We were successful, and actually, it looks like, crazy enough, we had the ships there, Griffin. We were not just successful, but wildly successful in this one. Let's take a look at the battle log, and I want to show a couple of things to those who are watching, and we'll talk a little bit about some crew here. All right, yeah, Romulo. YouTube is bad tonight. It's bad. I don't know what the heck is going on. It's been bad all over the place. All right. So I want to say, what's up, Biscuit? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It may not even be the internet. It might be Tube because the Discord connection has been just fine. So we had Carbone who showed up, and Carbone showing up with a decent crew. I probably would have subbed somebody else right here. But overall, not a terrible pick, all right? She's increasing accuracy. If we take a look at the Armada, let's see, accuracy is going to overcome dodge. And, listen, that's not a huge piece, but it is still a high value, a high volume, 180,000 dodge. So, not a bad thing on an interceptor, okay? Not a terrible thing, not the best option, but certainly not bad. We come over here. We got Kirk Spock. Absolutely who belongs on a Saladin against an Armada. Plain and simple. You're not going to change my mind. All right. Biscuit, on the other hand, see, we haven't had a whole lot of time to talk with Biscuit. All right. Now, we've got 5 of 10 here, which is fine. We're running single-sided synergy, which is okay. All right. But I would probably here... And Griffin, you're going to have to be a liaison back to some of these players after we finish up tonight. This spot right here would probably be much better utilized with 7 of 10. Okay, and I know that some people are not going to agree with that, but I kind of feel that 7 of 10 would be a better option here. This is not only going to stack your health, it's going to give you the synergy, but it's also stacking health for 5 of 10's mitigation. All right, and we can come into the battle log and we can see she is at least getting that mitigation. All right, let's take a look at Biscuit right here. Biscuit took a shot. All right, let's take a look here at what Biscuit was able to do, even with the 8 of 10 right there. I think is who that was, maybe 9. All right. Nonetheless, she did get, or he did get the 600% to 5 of 10. So we take a look at the 58,703 and the 82,645. Guess what? That is daggone near max. Okay. 71.19 is the maximum in the game. And we got 71.03 here. All right. So pretty daggone good. That means most of the damage from the Armada flew off into space. And we did this discussion yesterday, Griffin, when we look, only 4,700 points went to Biscuit's hull. Well, if we want to take a look at what Biscuit's hull actually had, we come under the health section, we got 185,000. We lost 4,700. So let's do this, 185,000, and obviously this is not steadfast, all right? But that means that Biscuit could, quote-unquote, approximately in a straight line, absorb 39 hits from this Armada. 39. Except there's one caveat here. The caveat is that we don't have a shield regen. So, Kirk, see, if you're using 5, you got to have 7 on as synergy, but then maybe you want to come back and look, I don't know, maybe a 5 Kirk Spock in that case. We would have lost a little bit of mitigation, but we would have kept our shield for an infinite, possibly, period of time. Let's go back, take a look at Griffin right here, Dapper, with his tier 9, and even with the 6 of 10, he's got 10%. That's a tier 2, 6 of 10. We've got full or half side synergy, so we got 600% on 5 of 10, and then of course Khan, never a bad thing. Now, this being a tier 9 Sally, folks, I want to draw your attention that we do not have shield regen here. Why is that important? Or why would that be a concern? We don't have shield regen, but we do have the 600% mitigation. I'll tell you why. This is a tier 9 Saladin, level 45. And you look, it did not even lose all of its shield. It's mitigating so much. All right? Mitigating so much. And we were able to end the battle. Let's say relatively quickly, 17 rounds. Able to end that battle so that shields did not fall. Again, evaluating your specific target and looking to your team. We talked about this yesterday, Griffin. The 5-6 combo for you not only is going to mitigate a ton, and I would be willing to bet you're at maximum mitigation. Let's see if we can find... Hold on, where was that? That was Carbone, Biscuit, me. There you go. Dapper, you took your first one. All right, let's take a look. Excuse me, 52,053, by 73,109. And looky there, folks, mathematical perfection in the game. Mathematical perfection there, Griffin, 71.19%. You maxed your mitigation. Further, we're looking at 6 of 10. So let's go back up here. I'm going to go back to round 1 for a second. Let's demonstrate 6 of 10. 6 of 10. Right here. Dapper dealt with his big Sally gun. That big old monster you got there. I hope you guys can see that okay. There's Dapper's shot. 582,000. And 6 of 10 increases the penetration. Increases the penetration, meaning it's an anti-mitigation over here. So we want to check and see in round 1, obviously it mitigated a lot. 378,248 divided by 582,118. That Armada mitigated 65% of your shot, Griffin. That's a lot. Okay?
Yep.
35% landed on the ship, but even then, 80% of that went to shield, and only 40,000 went to hull. Why does that matter? All right, well, let's take a look at how much hull health it has. 21 million. Congratulations, Griffin. We knocked it down by 47,000. Whoop, whoop. All right, let's take a look here. 21 million divided by 47,000. We only have to hit it 447 times, and we should be able to punch through it. Except we don't have to hit it 447 times, do we, Griffin? We sure don't.
No, I don't think we did. No.
We don't have to because of 6 of 10. Adding to the penetration every single time the Sally throws a shot. All right, so we saw round 1, 65%. Let's go to round 10. Let's scroll through. Would love to cycle by rounds, or even better, just export this log, Scopely. Let me export my logs. I need to expel my logs. Dirty. Okay. Here we go, Dapper. I know, it's terrible. All right, look, you there, Dapper. What a shot from a Sally, everybody. A 1 million critical shot. Very nice. I like it. Very good. 1,032,564. This is round 10, so we've had plenty of time for 6 of 10 to do some work. Let's see how much we're mitigating now. 461 divided by 10, 32,564. You're already down to 44.7%. All right? 10 rounds of combat took you from 65% down to 44. Guys, that's a 21% change in mitigation for your target. That is huge. That is significant. That is maximum impact to the fullest degree. All right? 44. And by the way, we're only at round 10. Let's keep going. All right? Let's keep going. And you survived till the end, right? You didn't die.
Yeah.
So let's check round 15. Let's go to round 15. Round 15, here we are. Let's check. Here we go. Dapper's charging. Here you go. Dapper, 195,000, okay? Obviously one of the smaller energy guns. Let's check it out. 67,655 divided by 195,293. Now the opponent is only mitigating 34.6. Folks, we started at 65%. Okay? You're now mitigating or you have increased your own penetration. Let me put it that way. You've increased your own penetration. You have decreased your enemy's mitigation by 31% in 15 rounds. And by the way, that is tier 2. Tier 2. Okay? That's only tier 2. All right? Let's take a look at round 17, your very last round. Did you get a shot off in the last round? Nope, you didn't. So round 16 was it. Now, I want to do a comparison with myself, all right? I'm going to go, actually, you know what? Let's start down here at the bottom. Let's start down here at the bottom just so we don't have to scroll back and forth all the time, okay? Right here, okay? I'm also using, here, let's take a look. I'm also using 5 and 6 and con, just like Dapper or Griffin, okay? Except my 6 of 10 is just a little different, okay? I'm boosting mine 40%. I got my 6 of 10 maxed out. All right? Of course, I got 5 of 10 there getting the synergy. We'll check the mitigation here in just a moment. Let's go back to the battle log. Here we are in round 17. The last shot that I fired, 507,000. It mitigated only 85,233. This, folks, might be the game's minimum. 16, no, not quite. 14, I think, is the game's minimum. But 16.8%, Griffin. 16. I got the Armada down to where I can sink 422,000 onto a hull with a 500,000 shot. It mitigated only 85,000. Now, I didn't start there. All right, let's do like we did with yours. Let's check round 15. Here's round 15. Here's a shot. All right, probably not going to be wildly different. We were at 16% before. We're at 17% now. So I'm still making progress. After 15 rounds, I'm making progress. Let's go to round 10 where we checked and compared with yours. And this is the difference in tiering up 6 of 10. Is he worth it? Yeah, I think so. Griffin, what do you think? Has 6 of 10 been worth it to you?
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to get the shards to do it, but what I need more than the shards is Officer XP.
Officer XP is tough, except right now we got a faction hunt. Did you get your faction hunt done?
Yes,
Good.
faction's done.
Good. Excellent. All 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
Nice. That's a lot of XP right there. All right. So we just saw a second ago in round 10, I was at 18%. All right, so mine is moving faster than Griffin's. That's the benefit of the higher tier. I'm increasing that penetration faster. Let's look at round 1. All right, I was at 16% in round 18, 17% round 15, 18% round 10. Let's check round 1. In round 1, it was mitigating 61%. So you see how much faster that mitigation fell. From round 1 to round 10, I dropped from 61% to 18%. That's massive. Okay? Absolutely amazingly worth it with the 6 of 10, which is why Dapper finished with a Sally with no shield regen and still had shield. Okay? So, let's let's
one thing I noticed.
Go
If
ahead.
you look in round 9, the target, Roman Garrison, lost its shield.
Lost its shield in round 9, and then, of course, what happens after that is that after that mitigation, so on my shots, for example, I'm only mitigating 18%, okay, mitigating 18% by round 10, and now that means if it's got no shields, 18%, that means 82% of my shot is landing straight on the hull. 82%.
Exactly.
Landing straight onto the hull of the Armada. There it is, right there, shield depleted. Okay? Now, one of the other things that we had talked about, let's take a look at Carbone. Okay? Carbone. Let's find out where he was. Look, he's still here. Here's round 9. He's still here. And by the way, his Spock is firing. So what I want to do is I want to try to see right here, okay? Right here, he still has shield. I don't know how long it's going to go. We're going to find out. I don't know where he actually bit the dust. We're going to find out. Look, he's still got shield there. And then again, of course, Spock comes in. His 400% Spock is a tier 4 Spock. All right, 400% of all his defense. And, of course, Griffin, we talked in chat. We told him, load up on that defense underdeck. All right, get your bonuses, of course, but load up. It looks like he's doing all right. He's into round 10 and has not lost shield. There, he took another hit. Still has shield. All right, this, by the way, an 800,000 Sally. Right, that's what he's using was the Sally. Right there, an 800,000 tier 5 Sally against a 35 rare, folks. And he's still alive in round 11 out of 17. Okay, he's got morale. There's his Spock firing again. By the way, we only had 4 people in this Armada too, so he's taking more shots than he would if the Armada was full. Okay, here he took another shot. All right, shield still up. Daggone, he's a trooper. Look, right here. This is perfect, okay? He took a large shot. Here we are in round 11. His shield was here. His shield was depleted. And by the way, if you guys notice, when you look – oh, sorry, you can't see that. When you look in a log and you see shield depleted, that was the first time it happens, okay? Because look what happens right here. Spock is going to bring it back, okay? So when you see shield depleted, that means that was the first time that happened. You're not going to see this again. So, Spock brings it back. Right here, he took a shot. There's shield, okay? He actually has shield. We're going to come down. He doesn't take any more shots. Doesn't look like that. Next round. Oh, this was rough. He did not have morale the next round, so Spock didn't bring any shield back. But thankfully, doesn't look like he took any shots, okay? Oh, he did. He did indeed. Look, there's a shot, and he's out of shield, but he's still alive. So he comes into the next round. Woo! Thank goodness. We got morale. We got Spock back. And looky there. We got shield back again. Not even a small amount, 40,000. Okay? And that's a good thing. Let's see if he takes any other shots this round. He does not. And then he gets morale again. Spock recharging the shields again. Look, he still has them. Okay? Still has them. He is going to, and look, okay, so this shot took out what was left of his shield. So here again, he's down to 0 shield. And if he stays alive, which it looks like, he didn't. He took the shot right here. If he had been able to avoid this shot, he would have gone into round 16 of 17. And hopefully morale would have procced and recharged his shields again. Folks, this is a Tier 5 Sally against a 35 rare, surviving 15 rounds with a Tier 4 Spock. Okay? It is obviously about choosing your target, but when players say, I can't do it, we can't do it, there's no point. There's actually all the point in the world. Okay? Yeah, you need, these guys had a 4 million ship helping them out. I get that. But just like Anubis was saying earlier, if you've got somebody who can help you shoulder the load, all right? So you know what needs to happen here, Griffin? You need to recruit big country. You need a level 50 bro. That's what you need. You need a level 50 bro come and help you guys out. Either that or you need to take your actives, which I understand why you don't, take your actives and join, a larger alliance. But I'll tell you, it's been unique being with you guys, Griffin, because I've always been that guy that says, hey, join a bigger team, get to be a better team. But that's not really your all's flow, is it?
Not really. I've done the bigger team thing, and I don't know. There's something with all the wars. I'm not a big war guy. I tell you now. I know that is part of the game, and we've actually had one alliance where back in the old days, where you'd go into a war, you'd go into a system, everybody throw their bases in there, and you'd hash it out for 15, 20, 30 minutes, and then everybody part ways and go do what you normally do. Well, we've got one alliance we've done that with a couple times, and we had fun. Everybody was, man, that was a great shot, even talking to the other team members, to the ones that we were fighting. And it really was. It was fun. But some of the ways that, things get done now, I don't really care for. And so that's the reason I try to stay away from it as much as possible. And I just enjoy my game.
There you go.
But I want to get better. And
you can.
I want to get stronger.
And you totally can by doing things like this, by plugging in, by learning crews and punching up, and then obviously getting the benefit of maybe grabbing a little Armada loot. Now, I want to point this out when other players are on our other servers or other alliances. Listen, you guys have friends, okay? It's not above the realm of possibility that we couldn't be setting an example for other servers. Okay. Yes, I am a level 39. I am more than double this alliance's highest power player. That doesn't mean that I'm not against coming here for a weekend or a week and playing with these guys, doing exactly what we're doing right now. Listen, if you're on a server, all right, and your alliance is ranked number 20, and you don't have any level 50 bros, okay? You got friends, and listen, there's nothing meaningful going on in the game right now. It's between the arcs. You got a faction hunt, so what? What are we going to lose out on? 10 million trite? What are we going to lose out on? Encourage your server to player trade, to officer exchange a little bit, all right? Help build the health of your server. This is going to be helpful to these players. Griffin, you had mentioned to me earlier today, I think it was earlier today, before this weekend, when was the last time you got to open a rare Armada chest?
I guess back when I was in the Boom Alliance.
So never,
first part of the year.
Never with this team.
No. Not that I can remember anyway.
And how long have you been on this team?
About 2 months now, I guess.
Can you guys imagine 2 months and not opening an Armada chest? Whew. Armada chests actually, for level 39 and down, they pay pretty daggone good. Okay.
I'm not complaining with what I've gotten.
How many chests have you been able to open this weekend?
Oh God, I couldn't even tell you. Probably at least 25, maybe 30 that we've done. I've gotten chests pretty much on everything every time we ran one, with the exception of maybe 3.
So you're talking mega chest, and I'm not even talking about the mega chest. I'm talking about going to your Alliance store, man. Go into your Alliance store and take a look at your Alliance store, and you've got rare Armada pack right there. And let's see. Totally forgot it was even there.
Cash that in.
Totally,
I've already cashed that in.
Oh, okay. How many of those have you been able to open?
Truthfully, up until today, I've never even tried to open. I've never even looked at it. I really haven't. I think one of my problems, of course, you saw, and you know, I'm nothing but a level 29. That's it. I was trying to really wait till I get it like to a level 30 where I could increase my armadas from 4 spots to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, you know, I call it a 3 and me. You know, at one time that made a big difference. Right now it don't too much, but so I haven't really tried to run too many rares. You know, throw them out there to try to do because, well, I really didn't have the space to put people if they, you know, a whole bunch came. So I hadn't even really tried to do a whole lot. But now I like this one. I had the things, and I think I've got rare. I got 84,000 rare to cash in.
Wow, 84,000. Guys, a chest only costs 5,000. He's sitting on some major material bank. All right, he's sitting on some material bank right there, and hopefully some ship BPs. My gosh, at 28, what do you guys open in an Armada chest? In the YouTube chat or in Discord, what do you guys open in an Ops 28 rare Armada chest? I bet there's probably got to be what, rare ships in there at that point if you're Ops 28, or is it just the level 28 ships? I'd kind of like to think that it would have 32s in there, but I don't know if it would or not.
I don't think I had any ships in there. Yeah, maybe I did. But no, it was the fact it was just okay, there were some ships in like it was the ships I already have.
I got you.
Nothing to take me up anything with.
Well, then maybe you're right. Maybe you consider hanging on to some of that stuff, making it work for you at a higher level a little bit later on. Although the materials in there are going to be nice too. So I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do.
It depends on how things are going, and you know, we can get people, you know, running them. When I get that, you know, 5th slot in there, I feel better. And go from there. But yeah, that it worked out. It works out good. Of course, I'm doing that too with those daily chest things that you get.
Mm-hmm.
For the daily goals when you finish all that.
Yep, that's giving you the uncommon Armada directives as well. So now I want to look over at the YouTube chat. There's actually a really cool conversation going on. First of all, Alan asked, so does KFC do territories? No, KFC is not currently, I don't think, right?
No.
You guys are not on the territory map.
No.
No. And we've not looked at that. As a matter of fact, let's just take a quick peek and see where we're at now. I've been refining isogen even since I've been here, and you guys have enough isogen to maybe try to take a tier 1 somewhere. You know, let me ask you, Griffin, why is that something that you guys haven't really thought about maybe trying to do? I think there's even a vacancy on our map right now, isn't there?
I think there is. I'm not sure. I looked back just like a couple of them last time I looked. I've spent some time out in the territories. Oh boy, did I spend time out in the territories.
You know what? There's not a vacancy right now. There was one in A-list just yesterday. That must have just happened today. So the map looks to be full right now. The other conversation going on, and I actually want to kind of recap on this. So you guys are talking about 6 of 10. And Matt says, you know, instead of saying penetration, you're effectively increasing your weapon damage. People understand that better. That's actually not entirely technically true, and that's, I think, the conversation that's happening. Stewie writes, weapon damage actually doesn't change. You're not increasing your weapon damage. You're increasing the efficiency of your weapon damage. You're increasing the amount of the damage that gets through the mitigation. So Matt says, yeah, not just shield pen, armor pen, or accuracy that increases. It actually technically is. That's exactly what you're getting. It's not increasing damage. Now, I am increasing damage with a different ability. Okay, Matt, I had several different things working for me there. I had con, increasing my crits, so I'm throwing more damage with my crits. But I also had the jelly ability, all right? The jelly ability is increasing damage with every round of combat. That was not coming from my 6 of 10. My 6 of 10 was just increasing the penetration, or the quote-unquote anti-mitigation. That's what Matt is and Stewie are talking about. They're kind of rolled together there. 6 reduces damage blocked by the Armada, so it increases the damage your weapons do, even though they're only firing the same damage. You got to be careful with the word damage. The way that this game uses the word damage is essentially how much power your weapon is firing, but how much lands is hidden behind the term mitigation. So 6 of 10, for all intents and purposes, is an anti-mitigation officer. So when I say increase penetration, decrease opponent mitigation, or, basically just anti-mitigation. So that's where you're at. And Stewie do got it, all right? I'm doing the same damage. I'm throwing the same shot, or, aside from what the jelly is doing, but my shots are having more impact. Let's avoid the word damage. My shots are having more impact on the target because it's able to avoid less of the damage I'm throwing. It's very confusing terminology, but that's what it is. Now, I want to do something crazy. Griffin. This right here.
Oh!
This right here will be the largest target we have tried all weekend. I am not even confident that we're going to get it. We are going to try. Ladies and gentlemen, with Saladins, we're going to try to take a level 36, 37 million epic Armada. I got Snake Eyes, who was able to pop in. All right, he's got a 2.9 million auger. That's definitely going to help. And now what we need to do, Griffin, is we need to get you. We need to get, looky there, Mage is coming. We need to get Carbone back. Okay, there we go. We need to get Griffin in. Need to get Carbone. We need a full crew. We need 6 slots on this. We get 6 slots. I'd be willing to bet we got a real strong opportunity to do this. All right, but everybody's got to come with the right crew too. Everybody's got to come with the right crew.
I'm going to be on my way. It's going to be the same crew that I had.
All right. Let's see what happens. This one's going to hurt. This one's going to hurt. Someone's telling me to use Leslie. I don't want to do that just yet. Okay, if I have to rerun it, I will. But I want to try this. I want to try this the way that I've been teaching this team. I want them to feel the benefit of punching up. All right, we got almost 7,000 epic Armada loot up for grabs, and Griffin, a lot of players will tell you epic Armada loot is great. Man, it's so tempting, but a lot of players will probably recommend that you consider holding that loot until Ops 34. Right? Is it 34 where they drop all the other garbage and they start putting the epics in there? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Man. All right.
I haven't made it before. I'll find out later.
All right. Thomas says, hey, have you found that you can carry better with the Enterprise or the Jelly? Thomas, that's a real good question. For the longest time, I used my auger. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pull it up here in this slot. Oh, it's out. I can't do that. I'll pull it up in this slot, but it's not going to be representative because I don't have any underdeck here. But my auger, when it's fully crewed and running the what I want, it's about 4.4 million. Now, it doesn't show that way because I don't have any crew, I don't have any bonuses, I don't have anything going on. But it's about 4.4 million, I think, if I'm remembering right. I used my auger for the longest time. Okay, I really did. I only, like in the last 30 days, have switched to using the jelly because the jelly finally surpassed my auger in power. The jelly is tier 4 with several components. I think I'm 2 or 3 components short of tier 5. And that is what I've heard from a lot of people. Folks, the jelly starts getting useful at tier 4. Starts getting useful. Okay? Not amazing, not great, but starts getting useful. So I decided once my power excelled, if I'm using the right kind of ship and I'm able to utilize that damage bonus, then I do feel like my jelly is probably doing a little bit better now. It wasn't always that way. Okay, so it definitely wasn't always that way. So I'm not 100% sure at what point maybe it started getting better, but nonetheless, I am leaning on my jelly pretty heavily right now for Armadas. I was using the auger. Big Country has made fun of me for a long time for using the auger, but I am now kind of transitioned over to the jelly. I feel like it's crossed over into that useful territory now that it didn't used to have. Still, though, this is going to be a big test. It may even be, Griffin, that we want to pull out the auger or pull out the Enterprise. I don't know. I can't pull out the Enterprise because those officers are freaking locked away. For those of you who listened to the podcast earlier, those officers are gone. But the auger. See, I think with the auger, the only difference that I would run here, I got to be honest with you, I'd still run 5-6 con even with the auger. So I think for that reason, I'm better off with the jelly. I would not change my crew. I don't think I would run 5-6 GG. I would run 5-6 con. And for that reason, I think I would be better with the jelly at this point. However, Potato Chip says the auger is a beast with Tyler. There's no doubt. That's my primary PvP ship. Big Country poops all over my auger all the time. I love my auger in PvP. My auger in PvP is better than my Enterprise. Hands down, bar none, it's better, and I slaughter Enterprises with it all the time. Guys, during the last PvP event, during the last PvP event, that was Ops 39 through 41, was in my bracket. Guys, I was killing 5 and 6 Enterprises. 5 and 6 Enterprises every time I lost my... for every time that I had to repair my auger. Now, good God. Wardod, seriously, man. Like, I love you. I know you want to be near me. But for the love of Pete... Hey, every time we're online, like he waits for me to stream so that he can come and tap my base. Redonkulous. I love you, boo. Stay away. Now I'm going to have to shield. And now I got to repair all my crap. Thanks a lot. He knows I'm online. Goofy. All right. I ain't going to lie, Griffin. I'm a little bit nervous about this one. 8 minutes, and I'm starting to sweat. Reaper says, auger is king on Armadas. Well, I mean, it's good. It's definitely good. But again, I think once you get a G4 ship to a usable tier, and I mean, there is a crossover point there. I think I'm there. All right. Now, I'll tell you what we'll do, Griffin. If we can keep our players engaged, what we'll do, if we win this one, let's see if we can go find another level 36. And I'll run it with the auger. And we'll see which one does better. I'm game for that. I'm not getting rated, Matt, but I got tapped. They didn't get in, I don't think. No, I won. Let's see what he hit me with. Ooh, that was expensive, boo. A tier 4 pylum? Yeek. I was going to say it had to be something big. He took out my auger. Of course, my auger had no crew. All right, and then, I mean, I didn't have anything. I had 2 miners. But the auger, I mean, even by itself, the auger would have put up a little bit of a fight. That was an expensive one. Oh, boo. All right.
All right, there I am.
We got Snake Eyes. We got Mage. We got Griffin. Biscuit is coming. That's 4, 5. Biscuit gives us a full crew. Oh, wait. No, that's not in. We need Carbone. Is Carbone coming?
Yeah, Carbone said he'll be here with just in time.
I've got a chaser killer. Now let me.
We got another one sitting out right beside us too. That BSO Blitz. He helped us on the last one. He killed 2.
Oh, that was nice of him. I was going to say now. Let me point this out. Somebody had mentioned this in chat. You guys do know about the the kill the chaser tactic, right? You know how to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. The way I used to do it, I'd send 2 ships up, and the one I was going to put in the Armada would go off, and I'd use a second one to kill the chaser. Even if the chaser could beat me, as long as you attack it, it's not going to attack your ship in Armada. Or at least it didn't for me.
Yep, you got it. You're right. If you hit it with the second ship, then your first ship is safe. And you got it. Just want to make sure that you guys are on board with that. That way you guys, because I have noticed not very many of your players bring a second ship. Now I figured that's because they're out doing faction hunt or they're mining or something like that. But I usually bring a ship so I can help out with that. All right. Let's see what we're looking at in the YouTube chat. Now, Dark Lord says with Crusher. Let's look at Crusher. Crusher, Ash, and Giorgio sounds like a good crew. Okay, I can see that for the shield regen of the Augur. I can see that for the increased mitigation. But, Dark Lord, that means, and I would invite you to come into the stage because I know you come in here sometimes. The only reason I got a problem with that is that you're now using 3 different categories of stats, okay? Crusher's Captain's Maneuver uses health. Crusher's Officer ability uses defense. And Ash uses attack. So by using those 3 different statistical categories, you can't excel at any one of them. You know, like if you're going to split them up that way, 3 ways, you can't be great at any one of them. So I don't like that combination only for the fact that I can't make one of them great. You see what I'm saying?
I would be going for attack and the shield regen mostly.
So attack and health is what you would use, which is arguably not bad on an Augur. You know, obviously those are the 2 preferred. But here's the thing. You're going to do better with 5. I just don't see Crusher being better here. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Crusher being better. If anything, she's splitting up your focus as far as your stats go. So I don't know if that's, I don't know if I like that one in particular. Now, as a secondary, sure. As a secondary, absolutely, I can see it being useful. But in my case, I got 5/6 con over here. My secondary is going to be my secondary on. If I'm using 5/6 con on my jelly, then my Augur would be next at probably GG, Tyler. Nah, you know what? I'm going to go with you. I'm going to use that. I'll use Crusher, Tyler, and GG on the Augur as a secondary crew if I've got 5/6 con on the jelly. I would try that, or I would try Kirk, Spock, which is going to sound crazy. Kirk, Spock, GG. Which sounds terrible. That sounds terrible, but that's what I would do.
Another trick for the chasers, as long as you come in at the edge of the ship, edge of the system, as long as your second ship comes in within 5 seconds of your first one, the first one's the only one that gets attacked, and you can just warp it out and never have to face the fighter.
I was going to say, if you time it out, Griffin, so that your Armada ship arrives, 2-3 seconds after your quote-unquote second chaser ship, then the first one's the one that gets targeted, so then you can just warp the other one home. You never have to hit anything. So,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I've had luck up to about 10 seconds on that.
Yeah, the timer is 10 seconds. As long as you're within a 10-second window, you can do it.
All right, we've got
There's
biscuit.
some
Go ahead.
there's some required skill to do that, right? So, I mean, I know people that have struggled with that, and then you have to trust the warp timers, which have not always been the most reliable.
And you got it. Folks, here to tell you, the jellyfish warp timer is the most unreliable timer in the game. It's worse than Stella, Bubba. The jelly timer is horrendous. It's so bad. So you're
so
right.
the point that
messes it up.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Anubis.
I think it's the Apex researches that mess up the warp timer.
What does
So
the
that's when
same
I
trick
started
that
getting-
works with the Stella work with the jelly?
Not as reliably, no. As a matter of fact, what happens with the jelly, it's weird. It's not exactly this. I mean, it is. It functions the same way as the Stella, but a warp cancel doesn't seem to fix my jelly problem. Like, a warp cancel will fix my Stella problem, doesn't seem to fix my jelly problem. I don't know. Bubba, are you familiar? Because I have not had luck with that.
No, the warp timers for both of those are just the only thing I can get the Stella to be correct about is if I move it out of the station first.
Yes.
If I'm not warping directly from the station, that's the only thing I can get the warp timer on the Stella correct.
Agreed. I don't think that actually works on the jelly, is the problem.
Correct.
Yeah, it does not. Matt
And
says... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the reason for the Stella is none of the research for the Stella is in effect while it's in base. It doesn't take effect till the Stella gets out of base.
Correct. And the jelly is affected differently. So I don't know what's going on with the jelly, but yeah, the warp timer trick is a little bit tougher. Now, we've got 20 seconds until we experience most likely a horrific death. What's the over-under here, Bubba Joe? I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be Captain Shillmaster Elite. I think we win this. No, I don't.
We got
Well, you
six now.
still have your jelly. I think you're fine.
I don't think we win this. Okay.
I think you're fine.
Let's see what happens. We got 6 players. We got a full roster, Griffin. Hold on to your butts. Oh, we got it! Woo! There you go. And Griffin, your team of Sally's. Now, granted, we had a little bit of help. We had Snake Eyes. Thank you, Snake Eyes. We had the jelly.
Yeah, buddy.
And we took out a 36 epic. I can only imagine you guys not looking at the rares now that you certainly haven't been looking at the epics. This is cool. Let's find some more, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find us some more, and we'll be good. Look, somebody stole our rare there, Griffin. Maybe we should go blow up that Armada. You want to start a war? Just kidding.
No.
Okay. I'm kidding. All right.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to see what I got. 1,174 rare. Epic.
1,174. Now, if I'm not mistaken, somebody help me out. 5,000 opens 2. So 2,500 opens 1? So he got basically 2 more of those, and he's going to get an epic chest. Let's find 2 more of those. Where were we just now? That was a 36.
But isn't his less at a lower level?
Do what?
Isn't his requirements less at a lower level? That increases as you go up.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, it is level based.
So, hey,
So he might be able to open a max right now.
Go into your... Don't do it, man. Go into... Come on, dude. Seriously? I mean, what in the ever-living hell? Go away. Now, don't buy one. But go into your Alliance store and see what one costs. He actually scooped me. Look at that. Nah.
Oh, I can't tell you. I don't have one available for 6 days.
Oh, you opened one already? Nice.
Yeah.
No, wait a second. How did he... Oh, he used the... Okay, never mind. I see. I got confused. All right. Ridiculous. All right.
You need to leave Harrison on one of your ships in base, DJ.
I think Harrison's on assignment, to be honest with you. All right, where were we? we were in Jiwee Poo. All right, let's see if we can find us another 36. Those are hard to come by. They may be gone, but we'll see if we can find one, and we'll run another.
And I think we lost Carbone. He said he's not into suicides.
He's not into suicides. And see, this is the issue. This is the problem. So let's type him up. Carbone, you're supposed to die. That's the point. The larger the armada, the better the payout. Check your battle log. You got paid big time. All right. Let's see if we can find us another one somewhere. There's rare, but it's already planted. We may not find another. Hey, what's up, Bobby? Welcome into the YouTube chat.
So, DJ, this is something we dealt with in our alliance pretty early on with Armadas, is that players would be like, well, I don't want to pay the titanium to attend to blow up in an Armada.
Mm-hmm.
And, once they realize what they're getting from the Armada chests, it becomes very apparent to them that, yes, they're losing some RSS, and maybe they can't do some other things, or maybe they just need to figure out how they can save up their RSF, or maybe they're going to do some raiding. You have lots of options available to them. But what you get from the Armada rewards will far outweigh the resources you put into them, even if you're blowing up every time.
Absolutely. I mean, the Armada chests, especially the epics, and especially for players in their late 20s or low 30s, I mean, they're pretty significant. They're loaded. They're loaded with goodies. Now, here's a 33. Let's remember that one and come back. I don't necessarily want to do a 33 since we know we can do a 36. But if we can't find any, then we'll come back to it. If we can't find any, then we'll come back because I want you guys to get some epics tonight. We ran mostly rares over the weekend. I kind of saved the epics for when we would be on screen. Let's see. Think stole all the Armadas. There's a 38 rare, which we could try to run. We did one earlier, didn't we? We did a 38 rare? We did, didn't we?
I lost count of what all we've done.
We've done a lot. As a matter of fact, so I have to keep track. I have to give it to Scopely. We, hold on. Let me go back to the battle log because I'm pretty sure we are north of like 25 Armadas by now. Now, most of those have been rare. Let's see. As a matter of fact, that was the first epic we had done. So, we had done 18 up to this point. So, 19, 20. We've done 20 Armadas. I thought it was like 25. We've done
I thought it was more than that.
20 so far. Well, I did not count the uncommons. We have done some uncommons, but I didn't count those because I've got bukus of those. Okay. Wow, is that right, Statesman? So it's only 220 credits for Ops 28 and 29 to open an epic chest? So, long story short, Griffin just got 5 days worth of double chest pulls. Well, I guess that's not true. 5 days single chest pulls, 2 days double, and so that's enough for 6 day cooldown. You basically, in one Armada, Griffin, just got 2 weeks of double pulls in your epic chest. That's yummy.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. All right. Fantastic. That's good.
Yeah, I think 36 is when it goes to the 2,500, and I think at 32 it goes to around 1,000.
Potato Chip, you know better than me. You're saying that there's only 4 systems with 36 epics. I don't know what those 4 are. I have them bookmarked because I don't always just look for just those. Sometimes I'm looking for rares also, so I don't know what those actual 4 are. Yeah, now Thomas.
Would you like me to tell you what they are?
Yes.
DJ.
What's up, buddy? Hey, real quick,
how you doing, man?
Griffin. Thomas is issuing you a warning in the YouTube chat and says, be cautious with your pulls with the epic chest, at least for now. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a hijacked ship in no time. And he's absolutely right. So do be careful with those. We don't necessarily want to use these valuable epic Armada credits on hijacked ships. But on the other hand, they do carry valuable materials, and you may be more inclined to risk getting a hijacked BP if it means getting some of those materials now. So just be careful. We got a 35.
All right, DJ, you ready for the four systems?
Yeah, give me one.
All right, so the first one, I call it, I can't pronounce it because it's Klingon, but Juji Poo Poo.
Yeah,
So-
that's where we just did one, was the GG Poo.
Veneer is the neutral system.
All right, I think
Vanir.
Yeah, we just checked that one, I think.
Iapedes is the Romulan one,
Okay, I think
which is right below Altania.
just check there
And then
too.
And then Sirius is the Federation one.
Well, crap. So we've checked all those. I thought we had, but just in case I was wrong.
Well, that's the only 4 I got for you. That's all there
Well,
is.
poop. All right, so where did we find that 33? We're going to go back and pick up that 33. That was in Veneer, wasn't it? No. That was in
Veneer would be a
Azati.
36.
It was Azati. That's where we found the 33, was in Azati. All right, let's strap up and no. Maybe I was wrong.
Was it in Thama, maybe? Thama has 33s, I think. Well, I just want to... Well, I'm looking at your screen. There's a delay. Did you just see one in Azati? That 33 slave
It
market?
was not, but it was in Thama. Thank you. All right, Griffin, you ready, pal?
Then let's do it, man.
Let's do it. All right. So we're in flight. In the meantime, I'm going to fix up my ships that have been accosted by my friends. Been mangled. Ooh, look, it's almost daily reset time.
Oh yeah, and I hadn't even started my mining.
Yeah, me either. I'm gonna have to send something out here in a second. Boom, boom.
Do that right.
Wardod says there's a 38 rare in Denobula, which we will go check out here in just a second if we still have. Looky here. Carbone says, I'm not into suicides. He picked up 1,200 epic credits.
Nice.
All right, and Carbone is on Ops 33, so he is at 1,200. He's got 2 weeks of double pulls, Griffin, off one Armada. It's all right. It's all right. And like I said, mathematically, I mean, obviously, I picked up all right there too. But this was part of my thing. You know, when I was talking to Scopely about this past week, they were like, I don't think we're going to do this program anymore. It's giving you too much loot. And I said, first of all, I've got all 3 epic ships, so don't care about that. I said, I've got enough epic credits to last me for about a year and a half, so that ain't going to help either, unless you do like an unlimited pull thing, that was never supposed to happen. So yeah, like it literally doesn't do anything for me. I'm backed up as it is, so I think that's ultimately why they let me do it again. But if those are all the epics we can find, then we may be tapped out for tonight, Griffin. We'll do this one, and then we'll probably, I guess, be about done. We'll go back and pick up that rare in Denobula if I can get. Now, you know what? Good idea. Thomas says, let's do the auger test. And, of course, that will obviously give you guys more loot as well because the auger is lower power. So let's try that. Oh, you know what? Let me think about this for a second. I don't even know if I need the auger here. This is a 33, 16 million. Yeah, I probably do need the auger. I guess it depends on what we have show up. If we have the same players show up. Oh, we did have 6. Wow, good job. All right.
Yeah.
3 2.6, 4 million plus me 5 6. Probably do need the auger. Especially
It'd be close, but I've seen people with like 6 max Sallies pull off a 16. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably could get away with like a Burrell here, but I don't necessarily want to risk it, especially on a 33. So we'll go with the auger. Oh, you know what I want to do?
What?
Let me think about this for a second. I think I'm going to go with the auger. Nah, yeah, I'm gonna go normal. I'm gonna go with the auger, 5-6 con. That's what we'll do. That's a little bit less powerful, and they'll get more loot, and we're gonna stick with it. And I'm gonna leave that crew. Because that's a highly effective crew, and that'll guarantee us a win. Wardod says, "Are we gonna do the 38 rare and Denobula?" I'd like to, if you don't care, Wardod. But you know what? I mean, listen, if you wanna do it, that's fine. I ain't gonna complain. But, yeah, no, we probably would. Matt says, I have too many directives. I do. I have a bunch of directives, but they're not mine. I didn't buy them. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I have to do the reports and turn all this stuff in, and why we had to do all this stuff on camera. We got to account for everything. I got to give it all back to Scopely, whatever we don't use. So, that's it. Everything has to be accounted for. Wardon, I would like to do... Matt says do 5-6 con on your Enterprise. Okay. I'm fine with that too.
Well, what was how many rounds are these going, DJ?
Let's take a peek at
because if it's
36.
going more than 6 or so rounds, George O's going to be your better bet. Damage wise.
Went 23 rounds.
Yeah, because the Obliterator with a cumulative build at that long was going to do more than con. Because con's static, what it gives you, it's just your critical bonus.
Yeah, you're right. And see, I wouldn't, yeah.
If you're just trying to show the biggest damage build, George O will do better.
All right. And it's going to do more damage because, and we do want to increase our potential here. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's load up some GG. Where's you at, GG?
I mean, so what's your research at? You're probably, like 205% critical damage, maybe a little bit higher?
Let's see if we can find out. It doesn't always show up here, does it? I am.
Yeah, so it's under your details page.
206.7%. And potato chips.
So now if you go back to your main stats and look at the actual auger obliterate, if you're at max, no, you're same as mine. So you should have 128% cumulative growth every time the obliterator weapon fires.
Yeah.
So it only takes a few shots, and you're now doing more than Khan was doing.
Yeah, because of the crit. Yep. So let's do it. Yep. We're gonna send the auger, and it is only 4.3 million in power. So that is. Although, I still don't exactly know what the heck is going on with these battle logs and all that stuff. It's all kinds of crazy. But nonetheless.
What you mean?
Because you've got 3 different ship powers. You've got ship power in dock, which we've always known what it is. All right, we know what that one is. Mm-hmm. But there's also ship power in space, and then there's ship power in a battle log. And they are different. And I haven't yet kind of put my finger on that one.
That's one I don't have for you, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can help you run the math on the logs, but
what actually shows up on the log? Yeah, I don't have any idea. I honestly don't know. I really don't have an answer for that one. All right, Stavros says, do y'all think it's smarter to camp 39 or 40? Without a shadow of a doubt, 39, my friend. Camp
Yeah.
39. All the leaderboards, dude.
So there's a reason all of us are doing it.
Yeah, I've been at 39. Bubba, how long have I been at 39? It's been at
You're
least 6
basically a
months.
max 39, so you've been a while.
Oh, yeah.
So-
I mean, there's not here while we're waiting. We got 7 minutes. Let me show you some research, folks.
It's like, just put it in perspective. You are about 6 million power above me, and I'm at 39. That's your research difference. That's your research difference.
I'm deep in the research. I've been at
DJ,
39.
you've been 39 so long that they may make you do it again.
You're saying 6 months. I'm pretty sure you're close to a year now, DJ.
I might be, actually. So
Pretty sure you are.
in May of last year, I was 36. All right. So, and I was pushing at that time. So I bet you I am. I'm probably 9-10 months now. So, oh, yo, what's up, Gobbles? All right. So here's my reason. There was 2 reasons why I decided to stay at 39. A, I wasn't ready for the G4 economy, which when I was 39, they hadn't made any changes to G4 yet. Mm-hmm. So I was not ready to pay for that. So I stayed at 39. But even once they started making changes, I was finding myself really like beating the tails off the other 39s. Okay? So like in PvP, I was kind of becoming like beast mode. And a lot of that was research. I just kept focusing on research. All right, this is my outlaw tree. All right, you can see there's not a heck of a lot that I haven't done. Like the parts, I'll get to that eventually. But you see some of these research levels. These are pretty. I mean, I'm not bragging, but these are pretty high. I've been here a long time. And the second reason, Gobbles, is most brackets cut off at 39. Okay? Like, you look at the Stella skin, and you look at Jordy, even now with Curon, TOS Kirk, and TOS Spock, and all this stuff. 39, okay? And in some of the PvP stuff, it might go to 41. But dude, I'm spanking 41s in a lot of cases because I'm researched out the yin yang. So that was my outlaw tree. Let's take a look at territory. Yeah. Territory is pretty deep too. Okay, I mean it's not nearly done, but it's looking pretty good for a 39. So and then some of these researches, this surprises a lot of people. My combat tree is like almost done. I haven't done those because I haven't run an interceptor in ages. I still have 1, 2, and I ain't really worried about that one. I mean, that's about it. Look, I got very few researches that
you're saving those for events. I know what you're doing.
These are terrible. I mean, look.
Well, they're not much. I'm at the same place you are, combat tree, and I saved those that you were just skipping over, those explorers, only because they'll cost 300-400 uncommon that I can use for leaderboards.
Oh,
it's the only
for
time I do
sure.
them.
Yeah, no, like this.
It's the only time I do them.
Yeah. I only spend materials during auctions. Only. Hey, good night, Alan. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I only spend materials during auctions. These researches right here, these are pathetically bad. Bad. So, I have a hard time investing this kind of pay into that kind of return.
Uncommons for a 5% boost.
And 5% to base. 5% to base. Gobble says, does your G3 income increase when going to 40 from 39? Yes. Yes, it does. But Potato says it actually goes down. Matthew says it goes down. See, I've been told that actually that well, I guess I guess I said that backwards. G3 does drop off a little bit, but it's still there pretty plentiful. You start getting G4, but the G3 is still pretty there. I guess maybe it's not quite as much, but I don't know. You need to ask that question like from players like Potato Chip and Matt. They're clearly telling you that more G3 comes at 39, but and that may be part of it. But like I said, the biggest reason for me has just been kind of chilling out, winning every board with ease, and and whooping up. Now, I have been saving, and I won't go to 40. I will go when I'm ready to 41. Like, I'm going to jump over 40 and go straight to 41. And I'll do that in an entire auction event. Like, when we get an auction event, I'll be ready. Like, for whatever it ends up being. Okay, I don't know what it's going to be, but whenever I am ready to make that jump, I'm going to go straight up to 41. So it's going to have to be something that I'm pretty excited about. But yeah, that's going to happen.
Which is really, really, really smart.
Ooh, thank you.
40 is a dead zone. It just is. I mean, it's better now than it was when I got to 40 last year. But it is such a dead zone. Like, you can't get uncommon G4. It's, the materials you're getting are feels worthless because you can't spend them on anything.
Yeah.
It's just a very tough position to play in. And so if you have the ability to wait at 39, stock up your resources, scrap a couple of ships, save up all that steel that you're getting, jumping from 39 to 41 is a huge, huge benefit.
Well, and that's what G4 players have told me. That's why I'm doing it. I didn't come up with that on my own, Bubba. I didn't. That was from players like you and Gregor and Big Country, and because at 41 you can start refining the uncommon, which will be good. And so I have been trying to stock up on some of that stuff. 22 million ore, 2.5 million crystal. I haven't really been doing the gas. I need to, I know, but I haven't been. I've been banking up on parts. So, at 41, you can start refining all this stuff on an uncommon level. And even then, though, I still can't build a ship until 42, and I'm still not planning on doing so, which means that stuff at 41, I'll be able to immediately invest into my jelly, which I'm probably going to continue to do.
Well, I mean, even with the economy update, 40 plus is still really the only level that starts to matter is 46. They're just a really deep dead zone. There's some good researches and everything there, but the uncommon ships are still not that efficient. They're better. And the ISS is your main one to about tier 9, and then you pick up a Pylum Core and Newt and pick your favorite. So,
yeah, that was easy peasy lemon squeezy right there. See, no one even had to die on that one, Griffin.
Yeah, nobody died.
Nobody died.
Let me see what your auger did that last round. I want to see the damage.
Okay. We went 11 rounds. 11 rounds.
Only lost one ship.
Goku died.
Goku. And that's okay. Goku probably brought a Kumari, didn't he?
No, he actually came in a Sally, but
did he?
had a...
It's the baby.
The baby Sally?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. We're in round 11. My auger. There were my energies. Let's find that last obliterator. There it is.
Energies were doing 158s, 161s.
Yeah, there's my obliterator. Non-crit, 1.4 million.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's nuts.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
And you could still run Khan and Ash there if just one person runs Giorgio. Is it? Everybody else, all the augers are just going to go super inflated nuts.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. That's cool. And out of that 1.4 million, it only mitigated 246,000. Let's do the math. 246, 529 divided by 1436729.
What, 15%?
17%.
17.
1.2 million hull. Zapped with that one. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Let's get all these same people back together, Griffin. Let's run one more before we call it a night. Ooh, Scout. Let's run one more before we call it a night, and let's go tackle this 38 rare, and we'll wrap up for tonight, Griffin. Does that sound all right to you? It's after midnight, and I know it's late for you too.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's only 11 o'clock. I did miss Janeway tonight, too, by the way. I mean,
you missed Janeway tonight.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
On Voyager.
Oh, do you watch reruns on? I mean, I do.
No, the network H&I or something like that. Heroes and Icons, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Sunday night.
I'm sure it's running on some repeat network somewhere.
Man, look, they start at like at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, something like that. They go original series, the next gen, Deep Space, Voyager, then Enterprise.
You can skip that. Skip that last
a
one.
week.
6 nights a week.
6 nights a week.
I use my Paramount Plus account. I'll watch it whatever. Watch it whatever. And pick up on the episodes whenever. Let's see. Let's swap that around. Put the Cavort back on. Man, I can't wait till I can get my miners into deep space. Right now, I've only got one. It's such a pain in the butt swapping them all around and doing all this crap all the time. I can't disco them. I mean, I can. No. So I can't disco to deep space. I can disco over here, but I cannot disco to deep space because I'm only a 39. That's one drawback, Gobbles. I can't disco to deep space. So there's one con. Okay.
Hashtag first world problems.
Yeah, I know. That's why I don't complain about it. My disco is maxed, Gobbles, but my ops research prevents me from being able to get it to deep space. I can't go that far. All right, Griffin, let's get everybody in for one last hoorah. Oh, there we go. Let's do one last hoorah. And, Snake Eyes was talking to us. Yeah, Snake, come to this one. And I'm going to put the jelly back on since it's a 38. Although, hey, Rev, if I run GG on the Augur as compared to, say, Khan on the Jelly, Jelly's got 38% per round. It's also got 300,000 ship power.
Mm-hmm.
Augur with GG, Con with Jelly. What's better?
What are your hull points on the Jelly now? Because that 38 is going to punch a lot harder than a 33 was.
True. But
I would still probably go. It also depends on what your supports. So the Augur that we all love to run as King is we're running several of them, so they're all stacking together, which makes up for any advantage a singular Jelly might have. But if you're carrying an entire roster, I'd probably go Jelly just to be safe. Damage-wise, the Augur will put out more damage, but will it last as long? Don't know.
We've done a 38, Griffin. I'm almost sure. And since we've got 6 players showing up, I think...
Well, if you've already done one, this would actually be a good chance to do the Augur and then compare it to that 38 log you've already got of your ISS.
Let's see if we've got it. I don't remember when we did it. If it was yesterday, I don't have it. Wait, it's right here. 8 hours ago, we did one. We did it with the Jelly, and we did it with only 4 players. Look here. I had Snake Eyes.
Actually... Yeah, pull it up now and then scroll down to the bottom. How many rounds did it go? And see what your ISS was doing.
We did 23 rounds. We only had 4 players join. I had myself and the Jelly. I had Snake Eyes and his Augur, and we only had 2 other one Sally and one Bortus is all we had when we did this one earlier. So, yeah, you know what?
A quick scroll would be great.
Oh, my God. Please, for the love of Christ, give me
Don't you love it when you're doing these logs? Like doing Leslie logs with 100 rounds? Oh, God.
This is stupid. God. I'm only on round 16. This is terrible.
But round 11, you did a what? A 2.1? Is that what you said? 2.1? Or
hold on,
with the Augur?
I'm in round 23. Oh, it was 1.4. It was 1.4.
1.4. Okay, yeah. Because 1.2 made it through.
Now,
and
by the time I got to round 23, my energies, of course, everything's full critical. The energies are between 550 and 600,000.
So
my big
combined,
gun. Woo, my big gun was $3 million.
but you also went almost triple the rounds. So
Yeah, but okay. So
it's close. I mean, we'd have to actually calculate them. I actually would like to see you run the auger just to see what
I
it
am
ends up
I
at.
am going to run the auger. Griffin, if we have to run this a second time, we will. But I
Okay.
think, especially with 6 players, I'm going to go ahead and send this. But Rev, I don't know if you can see your screen too. When we ran
I can see
it-
yours. I just got about a 7-second delay.
Okay,
So.
let me go back to this log then so you can see it. Here it is. When we ran it, we had 4 players. We had Griffin,
Mhm.
1.5 million Sally, the tier 9. We had a tier 8 Bortus. I had Snake Eyes with his auger and me with the jelly. That's it. We had 4 players and we took out the 38 rare. I bet you this auger, if we got a full crew, I think that I would probably be. See, we're not going to be able to compare rounds because we're going to have 6 players this time, so it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, well, I
but-
mean, we could still, because it's going to be shorter, but we could still see, I mean, what's it looking at round 20? If they go 20, we could still compare 20 to 20.
Yeah, and we can
Because
see
your
what those
stack isn't
damages-
affected by however many other players you got.
That's true. That is true, as long as it does, in fact, go 20 rounds. So we'll see.
And we can compare anyway up to a point. I mean, if it only goes 14, we can still compare 14 to 14 on the exact same. Because I don't want to compare it necessarily to what we just looked at because the mitigation numbers are going to be different. So how long it takes 6 to really start penetrating, it takes a lot longer on a 38 than a 33.
Crazy enough, the auger still has more health, more hull health than the jelly does. I'm at 3 million on the auger, and it's only, of course, it's rounded, so who knows what it actually is, but it's 2 million on the jelly. And I am not aware of any place that I can go to actually find the actual true hull health points.
Your, well, I guess the log's round now too. I feel like there's a way. I'm trying to remember what that way is.
I'd love to know how I can see the exact amount of hull health. The logs don't show you the exact amount. They're rounded to the 3 million too. So, yeah. This will be good. I think we're gonna handle it no problem. To be honest with you, I think it's gonna be easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
So far, I know me, you, Madge, and Snake Eyes are coming, but that's it. Nobody else has said they're coming yet.
Yeah, Decades, we could calculate it. I don't want to do that at midnight. No, thank you. You could manually calculate it what it is with the percentages and everything, but no, thank you.
I'm gonna take a hard pass. Thank you.
No, thanks.
I am gonna pass.
Ask me in the morning.
Yeah. How long have we been
Guys
on?
are just not dedicated enough.
What time is
Well,
it?
I'll put it this way, DJ.
Oh my
I
God.
streamed for 5 hours and came and joined you. So
Oh snap! Are you going for the 6 hour 45 thing? Are you
no,
trying
I
to
wrapped
break
up
the?
already. I already wrapped up. That's why I came and joined you because I was like, look, we've been 5 hours. It's been great.
I mean, technically, if you're on this stream, it kind of still
God.
counts, right?
Well, I've been going since my 6:30, and it's right at 11:30.
So that would be my 7:30, and it's 12:30. It's not even 12. Oh,
it's
dude,
right at 6 hours.
no, that's 5 hours.
5 hours. Yeah.
Oh, son, come on, that's weak sauce. You still need to go like 2 more hours if you go beat my record.
Oh gosh. I don't want to. I don't want to beat your record. Like, why did you do that to yourself? Like,
I have
when
no
I do these
idea.
streams, I'm staring at these young streamers, going like, "Oh my god, how do you go 24 hours? How do you do that?" I can't. I'm real old.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why we did it that night. I don't even remember. The whole stream is like a blur. It's like I don't remember anything about it.
I mean, if I
David,
see you
big
like
country
busting
going
out
to
Among
50.
Us, I want to go play, but I don't want to do it for 8 hours.
who wants to watch Among Us for 6 hours anyway? David says, "Oh yeah, it's DC Prime. Will this be available to watch later? Absolutely,
Yes.
it'll be available.
Yes.
It'll be available online. You can go and download that. Please watch it. Don't skip any ads, and feel free to."
All right, Rev.
Don't skip any
All right,
ads,
Rev.
and feel free to purchase sticker packs while you're at it. So there you go. What tier is my Enterprise? It is also tier 8 potato chip.
What? You haven't maxed it out yet?
No, dude, the amount of gas is insane.
I'm aware. I've done it. I've been through it.
That's stupid. But this further illustrates why I did want to stay at 39.
Yeah.
My goals, like 6 months ago or 8 months ago, whenever it was that I got to 39, I set a list of goals. I'm almost there. My list of goals were as follows. I wanted tier 8 on both the Augur and the Enterprise. I wanted a maxed Mayflower and a maxed Legionary to scrap for the G4 Common that I was going to need. I wanted a tier 4 Jelly, and then I wanted all my research and buildings to be near maxed or completely maxed. That was my to-do list. Oh, and also, I wanted enough raw resources to build to 41. I wanted enough raw resources to build to 41. Now, I'm not there yet because I have continually spent Tritanium. I am definitely going to have to use tokens when I go to 41, most likely, because I keep upgrading the daggone jelly, and that's expensive. And not only that, but I've been accumulating other stuff. I've been spending Tritanium on the Mayflower and the Legionary. I'm going to be spending more Tritanium on my faction miners, so I don't think I'm ever really going to get ahead with the Tritanium. Yeah. So I'm going to have to rely on my new Biotics refinery. I'm going to be relying on the Biotics refinery to build my token stock for Tritanium. And I still have 1.2 billion, which is more than enough to build to Ops 41. Like, that's plenty. So that was what I wanted. I wanted the raw steel in particular, which I actually technically think I'm 2 or 3 billion shy, but like I'm not fussing. I'll take 2 billion from token. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that.
To get to 41, I'm pretty sure you got it. I think it's 42 where you'll need.
I thought it was 22 billion is what I needed.
Wait, I'm looking at your tokens. You've got 24 billion in tokens and 20 million on you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I totally have enough. I wanted, again, in my head.
Just a pure token?
I wanted pure raw.
Yeah.
I wanted pure raw.
Yeah, okay.
So, but again, I'm not worried about taking 2 billion from my tokens if I've got 20 billion raw, you know. And listen, I mean, It might be another month or two before I do it, and I very likely will have 22 billion steel by that time. So, yes, my disco is maxed. So here's my tier 8 Enterprise with no components. All right, I haven't even started on this stuff yet. Because I hit my goal. I wasn't planning on maxing the Enterprise before I went up. The Disco is maxed. All right, it's good to go. So it's tier 9, level 45. It's set. The Franklin, which is obviously a newer piece that I had to throw into the planning, it is already the tier 3 that I can have at Ops 39. And, of course, I'm a little shy here. I still can do 3 more components before I get capped. But look at that trite cost. That's why I can't get ahead on trite. You know, I've got the frequency mods to go ahead and do that. Let's see. That'll leave me 12,000. That'll leave me 8,000. So I'm actually 18,000 Mark IIs shy of being done with my Franklin for what I can do here. But the trite cost. I'm never going to get ahead on freaking trite. It's ridiculous.
And when you're camping at 39, you don't need a tier 3 Frank A. A tier 1 will do everything you need to do. So,
well, what I like now.
Mine's a tier 2, and it completes all my 39 dailies and everything in one hole. So,
really?
Yeah. My daily 39s, 35s, and then.
What are you doing? Are you doing Pike Maritsalon?
Yeah, I'm still running PMT.
Yeah, so I can't do it on one hull because I've been using 5-7 Kang, and I've been doing that for the payout.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. It's better payout, but it is fewer kills. So I still, it's taken me 2 holes to do it. But if I think, not that one. I think if I get this one, I think it would push me over. I am usually
The hull upgrade or the shield
the
upgrade? Yeah.
torpedo. The torpedo. There's no
Oh,
hull.
torpedo.
There's no hull upgrade on this ship, and the
it's
shield
a
I never
shield.
run out. You know, like it,
Mhm.
and so there's nothing here that helps my hull at all. So this is essentially worthless. But the high impact kinetic torpedo. The high impact kinetic torpedo. Right now, I am 2 hostiles short. Rev, 2 hostiles short of doing my dailies on 1 hull. So I got to make a second trip for 2 hostiles. So I just go ahead and finish that second hull. It's a little bit more expensive, but I'm at least getting the Mark IIs. But
My best results are with Pike Moreau Jayla.
Pike Moreau Jayla does not give you
Going for a
loot
double
bonus.
JLo shot. Yeah.
Yeah, because I get that.
It gives you a
shot.
double shot, but
See, I want the loot. I need the
I
loot.
get more
now
fuel,
I'll say
so I
this,
get
DJ:
more
the
loot.
39s pay out so little loot. I actually just do my refinery on the. Of course, I held up a stock of the modulators, so I still got like 2 million of the Mark Ones that I'm just doing the 200,000 turn in every day
Yeah, I've got a bunch
to
of
build
those
up my
too.
stock. Don't forget to do that. That really helps if you do it every day. So
Griffin, this looks like it might.
Yeah.
This one looks like it might burn a little bit.
I think he got it.
We got 4 players.
You got 2 augers though, so you got 2 obliterators that are about to go nuts.
That's
Even
true.
if Snake
I'm
is a
running
little
burning.
bit smaller.
I don't remember what Snake was running. What was he running in the last one?
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, hopefully he's got 5, 6, or Ash or something. But no matter what, you're helping his obliterator weapon.
Yeah, now I am. I was just wondering what he ran last time. He ran what I was running, 5, 6 cons. So yeah, now he's going to get obliterator too because I'm running GG.
Yeah,
right?
plus another 200. Yeah, everybody benefits from burning and hull breach. Not everybody benefits from morale. So he's going to get the 200% from con bonus, the damage bonus, and his cumulative auger growth, even at tier 4, which is still like 60% or something like that. So he's going to get a cumulative growth, plus when he starts getting criticals, he should also have well over 1 million crit hits.
Ah! We died.
How close was it? I'm still waiting for it to
no.
upload on the screen.
40%.
Oh, 30%. Yeah, 30 or 40.
Yeah. Boo. All right, let's look here. 25 rounds. So we can still do the 20-round comparison, Rev. So let's do
Yeah.
that. You know what? Hang on. Let me restart this thing real quick so we don't have to wait. We'll go ahead and finish this, Griffin. Let me repair, and I'll go ahead and put the jelly back on.
Auger's licking its wounds.
Yeah. Dang it.
Wait, I'm already on the way back, so let's get it. Put it on.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start it.
It's good to see doing these DJs. One of my favorite things was doing the Armada tours. It was a lot of fun.
I actually took my inspiration from you. You know that, right? I think I
Yeah.
told you that one time. Like this was like all you. This was your creation, and I loved it so much that I had to start doing it. Like it's
I still do it every now and then on Server 32. Don't tell Scopely, but I'm still sitting on a lot of directives.
I actually, so I don't typically do this on screen. I usually just go, and so literally
Yeah.
almost every month I've done it in between the arcs, like 1 or 2 alliances. So that big dump that I got way back, well, you remember, I got a huge dump in January of last year. I actually finally ran out last month, which is why I had to go through all this reporting with Scopely, is because like they weren't just going to give me that dump again. So now like they wanted everything documented. They want battle logs. They want video. They wanted all that stuff so that they can.
Yeah, that's how it should have been when we were doing it the first time. Anyway.
Absolutely. Yes, it is absolutely correct.
We got like a blank check that time, just like, okay. Yeah. What did I get? Like 40,000 epic directives or something?
I got
ridiculous.
50,000 rare and 50,000
Was it
epic.
50?
Yeah. I got 50.
Gosh.
But it lasted me 16 months, and I did Armada tours
Yeah,
every
I mean,
month.
I've still got some of the rares left over because you get so many rares during the year. So the epics I've basically spent.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. You can only spend so much. You know, like, I've got this loot. I can't, I mean, how much is that? That's 5,000. Guys, that's a year's worth or something. 145,000 divided by 5,000. That's 20. Okay, that's not as much as I thought, but that's still 29 weeks That's 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, I had a very big stockpile that I ended up blowing through eventually, but I just kind of stopped running epics. I mean, just there was no point, and I ended my tour and I didn't do it again. Well, I did it twice.
When my alliance runs armadas, I do not participate. Not these. Now, Swarm, sure, and Exchange, absolutely.
Yeah.
But if my alliance calls an epic, I literally never participate. I will show up if they're short on power, but I am not taking a spot from somebody because I've got loot for years, so I don't go to epics when they're called in my alliance because it's just taking loot from somebody else, and I've got plenty more than enough.
Ironically, DJ, the only armadas I will ask to join are rares because I'm in the same boat as you. Well, I mean, I have a few more credits than you do, but the point is that the epics, I'll never, ever be able to redeem them all unless they change the redemption schedule.
Yep.
Stay tuned.
Anyway, yeah, there's Snake Eyes with a critical on his obliterator at 1 point, almost 1.6. Non-crit on my obliterator in round 20 was 1.3. So I lost. Oh no, we were looking at.
Yeah, you're in round 1 by what I'm looking at. So.
Oh, I came down. I'm in 20 now.
I haven't seen stupid delay.
Fantasy Tabby says, "Was that a hint that just slipped? Did it slip? Not likely. I'm pretty damn.
Did somebody not? Wait, did y'all not hear the podcast an hour and a half ago?
Yeah,
2 hours ago.
I did. I probably was a little more liberal. It's probably a little more liberal with that hint than I should have been. But hey, they signed off.
Well,
on
DJ,
it.
Look, just blame me. What did I say that like 2 months ago with you on stream, and you just kind of awkwardly went, "Yeah,
whatever it is, okay." Listen,
blame Rev.
I was the one that pointed out, like on day 1 on my show, why is there so much Armada research for 40-plus players? Why do we have a brand new epic in the game that focuses on Armada damage? All right, for 40-plus players. I mean, guys, there's not a 40-plus player in the game right now that struggles with any Armada that we're running right now. Like, none. Yeah. Zero. So if they're adding all this research and all these officers and all these abilities, clearly tougher Armada targets are to come.
All right, DJ, I just put in your I went and looked on my level 28 that I've had camped there for a year and a half. There's the rare directives I'm still sitting on. In your Discord and the epics. So
where you at? Let me see.
Your chat room.
Chat. Oh man,
I remember those days.
Oh my god, I am so sorry. I have 155 messages in chat and I haven't looked at any of them. Sorry. I've been watching the YouTube chat because that's where I've been.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's too many screens to watch. Rev, how the hell do you do it? I can't watch everything.
3 monitors.
I've got 4 monitors in here. I've got one on the...
How do you not do it with 4?
Okay, so one monitor is the stage, so I can see who's talking. One's my game. The other is my YouTube chat. And the fourth one is my YouTube, like, the stream strength, because obviously I struggle with internet up here. So I got one that's just kind of monitoring, like, to make sure that we're still online, because... half the time we're not. so that's that. Yeah, I should have been watching Discord chat. I'm so sorry. Okay. Wow. God, you still have a lot.
Now that's the 28. Remember, because I had 3 accounts that I did tours with, because I always stagger my accounts. But that server only did 1 round of tour. So if you're listening server 32 and you would like an Armada tour, there's a level 28 with plenty to go launching for you. And say thank you to Scopely when it happens.
Yeah, I should say
server 32's laying around.
I should give my disclaimer here that these Armadas are brought to you by courtesy of Scopely World Gaming International Headquarters LLC Incorporated for providing, and thank you for the promotional consideration.
Oh man.
Thank you for promotional consideration provided by, and then we go into the
Oh, hey, Blue's here. Yeah, Blue. Just is he still listening? Because I saw him respond to my show. Yeah, Blue. That is on your server. Literally, just ask, and we'll come launch for you.
There you go, Blue Mandalorian. Just ask. Dekix just called me a shill. What did I shill? I gave my legal, required, mandatory, obligatory statement. Promotional consideration provided by. They do it at the end of every show. Listen, have you ever watched the credits? Have you ever watched the credits to like your favorite TV show? Literally, the last thing on the screen after they do all the credits is promotional consideration. One of the shows that still does it auditory is, crazy enough, The Price is Right. They still read their promotional considerations at the end. Promotional consideration provided by Tupperware, Honda, microwaves, and trees. Thank you. You know, whatever they do.
I love microwaves and trees. Like two random inanimate objects.
No, not a product brand name.
Brought to you by Nouns.
Brought to you by crayons. Yeah, whatever. Just yeah, that. So yeah, they all do it. Everybody does it. Everybody. All right. Arian says, by the way, we're officially at the 5-hour mark. That's tough. Sorry, Arian. It ain't happening. I got to work tomorrow. And besides, technically, if I make it to break my record, then Rev will break my record by default.
Because I started before you.
Yeah, he started before me. So if I break my record, then by default, Rev has broken the record, and I'm not actually breaking or setting any new records, so I can't allow that to happen.
What you're saying is for the house fund in an upcoming stream, I have to make that the goal. Like we hit this mark and we do like a 20-hour stream.
Oh my, yeah, I'm out. No, first of all, I think.
Can we do shifts? Like you do a shift, no one does a shift, I do a shift.
I think if I did a 20-hour stream, like a 24-hour stream, like I better come out of it with like a month's supply income. I'm pretty sure my wife would divorce me. I think she would. She already thinks I'm out here too much. Like tonight, I told her, I said I got to do a podcast. And then I have to do a stream, and then I have to record a video, like, afterward. Like, when I get done with this, I still got a video to record. And it's, almost 1 o'clock in the morning. She's like, you spend 90% of your time out there. I'm like, that's factually incorrect. Then I added up the math, and it might be like 85%. Like, it's a true story.
Home time?
Yeah, of my home time. Like, this weekend, my home time has been out here. She's actually correct. Now I'm going to have to buy her flowers because she got real mad at me tonight, and I yelled. We argued, and I told her that she was wrong, but she's not wrong. She's actually completely right. So I got to buy chocolate or something.
Better watch out. She's going to kick you somewhere. I'm about to get a soundbite of it.
Yeah, I saw that. That's good that somehow, that was amazing that you managed to incorporate that into talking about saladins.
Didn't it flow so well?
I was like, wow, okay, that's good. All right, very quickly, I tell you what, let's do this. Let's get ready to, as we get ready to wrap up here, Griffin, let me give you the final floor. We got about 4.5 minutes till we finish off this Armada. Griffin, you got any last-minute questions? You've got an amazing community here. I know you've never been in our Discord before, but you got probably 41 people that can actually talk to you right now in voice, including 2 of the most handsome content creators there are. And you have another 120 people listening and watching in YouTube. What questions do you have in your final 4 minutes of your finger-licking good town hall? What questions do you have? Anything at all. Nothing off limits, Griffin. You go. You got the floor.
Nothing.
Okay, nothing off. Let's do it this way, and it's something that, I'd kind of like to know. We got my Sally here set up now, pretty much to run Armadas.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I pull it in at night, and would you recommend changing the crew out and put something on that could take a PvP in case the shield falls and you slow sleeping and you forget about to help you last a little longer?
So, yeah, obviously, like, do everything you can to set a shield. But, yes, there are officers that can be used to increase or lengthen the life of those ships in dock. Being that you're a true free-to-play, I'm going to imagine that you do not have Harrison. Is that correct?
Yeah. Oh, yes, I do, as a matter of fact. My Harrison is Tier 2, Level 10.
All right.
Wow. Those auctions are awesome.
Yeah. What about, just for giggles, since you've got a Harrison, what about TOS Spock? That was a domination auction. Do you happen to have any luck with him?
Let me see. I think I do have him because or maybe I don't, but I was reading about him. What did I read about? There's something that he did that.
He will help shield regen on all ships in dock when it's under attack. So, for example,
yeah,
if you've got him in ship slot B, let's say you put him on. Where would you want him, Rev? I don't think I'd want him on the Sally. I think I'd put him on like a.
Now the key for him is you
Minor.
want to put it on, because remember that in the attack it's going to use the battle triangle. So you want to put it on like your covert, or if you're level 29, you want to put on like your horizon, because that's going to get attacked last if somebody's hitting with like a battleship.
So yeah, you want to put that on like a minor, dude. TOS Spock, just put on the bridge in a minor to keep in your dock, because that'll be hit last and he'll last the longest. So he's charging shields. You said that you had a Centurion also, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I do. It's maxed out.
Sally and Centurion in dock, both of those have defensive capabilities as their ship abilities. I would throw Harrison probably with like a Kirk Spock. You know what? No. Let's do.
If you're doing Harrison, you need PM. You need to be PMH.
Okay, there you go. So do a Pike Moreau Harrison on your Sally.
Not to give the video out. I've said this before, but if you put Pike Moreau Harrison, all your guns, all your ships that first round have the shield bypass. All of them. Everything that fires.
So is PMH also something you'd want on one of your final ships? Technically?
Well, it's only going to go one round, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So
you're going to fire first on that one round. Now you can, if you're worried like an Enterprise coming to blow up your Saladin first, I guess, but
but you still get
that's for a one round bang. That's to make those 4 station guns have no shield bypass. I did it today against a level 50 Enterprise, and while I didn't kill it, I took an extra 2 million hull off of it, and he wasn't happy.
You know what? Here I would almost say Pike Moreau Harrison also on a minor. How many slots you got? You got 4, right?
You'll have 4.
Yeah, I only have 4. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say Sally and Centurion with, whatever crews, PvP crews. And then I'm going to say 2 minors. I'm going to say 2 minors, one with PMH and the other with Kirk Spock, TOS Spock, I guess. I don't know. Probably. Boom, shakalaka. And we're successful. That's what I think. I think. Rev, you got any modifications there? I think that's probably what we would do, right?
Well, I'll say that's honestly all the things that we're talking about really only matter if you're online anyway. Nothing's going to really help stop you from getting raided if you're asleep and your shield falls. The only thing to prevent that error from happening is do not leave a minor out overnight. It's the only thing that could prevent it.
I have said that for months and months, and people continue to argue with me on that. People continue to fight. I should not be deprived of my overnight mining time.
Cool. Well, if you get deprived of your overnight titanium, don't be mad at me.
That's right.
Don't
be crying about your overnight titanium. Okay? That's hilarious.
Yeah, my alliance, just to help everyone else out overnight, we have a contact list that we all have our cell phone numbers on.
I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter if God himself were to phone me in the middle of the night, I ain't answered. Now, not because I wouldn't take a phone call from God. Okay?
Oh, wait.
Because I totally would.
For your wife to hear you taking Star Trek phone calls at 3 a.m.
That's exactly right. Listen, it's not that I wouldn't take the phone call. It's not that I wouldn't want to talk to God overnight. I would not hear the phone ring, okay? Like, I don't put my phone on silent. I really don't. I don't know why I don't, because it does not matter if someone called me 15 times. If my house was on fire, I would not wake up. Okay, like it's not happening. All right, so just listen. If you guys ever get word, if it ever happens to come across your newspaper headlines, UltimatDJz dies in sleep in a house fire, just know my wife did it. My wife did it because she knows I would sleep through it. Okay, she knows I ain't waking up. If I die in a house fire in my sleep, it was my wife. Okay, just this is on the internet now. Okay, everybody knows if I show up dead, just
if you show up dead,
if I show up dead, okay,
he shows up online dead.
That's right. If I log in and I'm dead, then it was my wife, whom I love.
JD, just a note.
Stupid zombie.
Yuki is also really good for base defense as well. So unless an Enterprise comes after you,
and even then, I mean, Yuki's never horrible. I mean, she's not as effective against an Enterprise.
She's always a good officer.
Yeah, Yuki's good. Griffin, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have enjoyed it. I really have.
Well, thank you very, very much for allowing me to join KFC. I wish you guys the best. I'll say this as I wrap up. I still believe, Griffin, that you and a handful of the players that I have been able to interact with over the last few days, I think you would learn a great deal, and I think you'd have a lot of fun. And I know what I'm getting ready to say. It's going to sound completely anti everything that we've done here tonight, but I do still think that you, as active as you've been, can grow a great deal by being with a team that's a little bit more active. And listen, I'm not saying go to a warmonger team. I'm not saying go to a top 3 or a top 5 or a top 10 team. Listen, there are teams with levels of activity that would just make your head spin. You know what I'm saying? Like you know who doesn't go to war? BSO doesn't go to war. All right? Nears doesn't war. The Daleks don't war. Beer, I think they were in one here a few months ago. There are some teams that I would encourage you to reach out to, and not for you, for your players. There are areas in this game where entire teams could consolidate. And when you guys take the actives from your team and the actives from another team, I'm telling you, you guys can have a lot of fun, and you can do stuff like this on a daily basis. Running these armadas and learning this stuff and having a good active Discord, I think that is really important to the progression of a player and progression of a team. And I can't overstate enough that while I've thoroughly enjoyed the time that I spent hanging out with you guys, your activity, the level of players who logged in and participated this weekend would be concerning for me if I was looking for a good full active team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think at any one given time, what did we have? 15, maybe. So, yeah. You got 60-some on your roster. I guarantee you could find a top 15 team that has 15 available spots, because trust me, they're facing the same thing that you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, activity is an issue for many servers, especially for alliances ranked 11 through 30. So they're not full, I promise. I would encourage you to look at something like that with a peaceful team, one that matches your ideals. By no means am I suggesting you go join a team that doesn't play the way you want to play. That said, I bet you, if you look for a minute, I bet you'll find a team that'll help you do the kind of stuff that we did this weekend on a very, very regular basis. But all that said, I want to thank you for an absolutely fantastic time. I appreciate you guys inviting me in. Thank you for allowing me to stream our Armada selection tonight, and I want to thank you for letting me be a part of the finger-licking crew. It was fantastic. And I know it's not, guys. It's not really KFC chicken. Like, that's not what they're named after. But I'm totally in on it. It's all I can think about. KFC chicken.
You're just hungry.
I want some freaking chicken, man. I want some chicken.
I wish I had a KFC around me. I love that chicken. We
Yeah,
don't have
chicken's
one around
good.
us no more.
Hey, good chicken. Finger licking good. All right, everybody. I appreciate you as well joining us in here tonight and having an absolute good time. Thank you to Rev Deuce for stopping by. Appreciate you, fellow content creator, coming in. And we're going to cut this short before he actually breaks my on-screen record. So thanks for coming in and all the great
I don't
advice.
want to break it.
I know, but here's the thing: we could make you. We could make you. If we stayed on, you would stay. You know.
I mean, I love our community. That's why. Like, it doesn't matter if you're on, no one's on, I'm on. I just love the community.
I'm gonna let you get some sleep. Okay. By let you, I mean I'm gonna cancel my own show and go get some sleep. Want to thank Bubba Joe.
Neither of us are sleeping. We're both getting off here and making videos. So
God,
don't even pretend.
I need to go get a beer first before I start trying to make another video. Also want to thank Bubba Joe. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. Dark Lord, Stevens, Aaron, Cheapo, Anubis, and of course, all of you hanging out in the Discord and all of you hanging out in the YouTube chat. Yes, Eddie, this is a hungry cat right now. My name is UltimatDJz. I'm your friendly neighborhood cat person, bidding you adieu for this evening. Thank you. And by the way, if you happen to be watching this on actual video, then subscribe, share, smash that thumbs up, leave your comments in the section below the video, and we'll come back and answer them for you. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Love you, mean it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you later. Bye-bye. Now, where's the button? Where's the button? Can't find the button. All right.